All right, well, welcome to Spitting the Bit. We are talking about Derby contenders, and we're just so happy to talk about the next one. Get it? So happy.
Ah,
So happy. Ridden by the legend Mike Smith.
well, Mark Glatt's first horse for the Kentucky Derby ever.
Won the Santa Anita Derby. Good race. Good job. So um, we both kind of like this horse a lot, and think it's got a shot. I think you have it slightly higher than I do, but you have a
Just,
third chance to
I
win,
do have him as the third, my third
and
most likely winner.
I have him as number four. So um,
Okay,
yeah,
that's basic agreement when you're talking 20 horse field.
yeah, that's pretty good. And um, he won me over. Um, this isn't that he's not. A lot of the other horses seem elite and impressive, and he just kind of. I think he's almost like he's overachieved every race almost. I don't know. Has he ever gone off as the favorite?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I'm going to check. I don't think so. I mean, for certain, I mean, I think you're right that he didn't because every race there was somebody else coming off of something else,
Yeah.
you know.
And
Um,
yeah, and he just kind of overachieves every race, in my opinion. Just um, what?
well, he's an interesting horse. I mean, it's super fun that it's Mark Glatt's first time to go to the Kentucky Derby. It's always good to see some new faces. And then the opposite of new faces, right? Mike Smith at 61, I think, something like that, is, again, going to the Derby. That's awesome. So he wins his debut main special weight down at Del Mar, um, and then won the San Vicente, and I think was Butane in that race.
Kane was in that race. Yeah.
Yeah, and he beat him by a couple lengths. Um, so there's definite excitement about him. But then the San Felipe, he went up against, boy, who else was in? I mean, it ended up being Potente and Robusta, but that was the horse's first time on two turns.
Hmm.
So yeah, I kind of wrote him off. I don't want to say wrote him off, but I didn't think he was gonna improve going a mile and an eighth. But boy, he made a really solid move. Because what was this Potente and Robusta, I believe, 1-2 going into the turn. Looked like might end up being a repeat of the San Felipe, but he went he went wide and just a real aggressive, not aggressive, real smooth professional all the way around the turn, and engaged Potente and put him away. Um, a lot of people, I think, are surprised by it on the breeding side. I've heard other people go a little deeper on if this horse has a chance at a mile and a quarter. Um,
Hmm.
because he's out of run happy, but the dam was out of blame, and run happy I think was out of super saver derby winner. I won't kid anybody, I don't understand breeding well enough, it's on the bucket list. But by my numbers, right, he's not tanking in the stretch by any means. It's a good race. I think we talked a little bit about Further Ado, um, and um, the likely pace scenarios in this derby, and whether it plays out when you've got 20 horses um, jostling for position all the way down from the start.
Yeah.
If it's a moderate pace, I think this is a very, very dangerous horse
Yeah, and
to
I
win.
I do think he will be placed right. Mike Smith, the horse breaks well, will put himself in a good spot. Like you say, if it's a moderate pace, he's going to be sitting just off of it and ready to go.
Yep.
I think he'll avoid the traffic. I do worry a little bit that he hasn't faced a lot of traffic, um, but none of them have. None of them have faced 20 horses, so they're all.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, and this year compared to some other years, it's interesting. I really like the top 10 in this field compared to some years prior. Um, but the way it's played out in prep races, we haven't had one of those like big Louisiana races where there's a dozen horses in it very often. I guess the Turfway had some larger fields. Um, so I don't know, it's going to be harder to know who's going to handle 20 this year, I think.
it is. Yeah, but I don't think So Happy's style will. I don't think that will be as much of an issue as it is for some horses. I don't. I think it'll be near the lead or up there.
I agree. I 100% agree. And, um, San Anita Derby has done awfully well over the last 15 years of getting horses either to win or get be there in the money. Um, it's a track that better than I, but um, it's a track that breeds horses that are good at getting out of the gate and being in a position to make a move,
Yeah,
turn a foot type horses.
yeah.
And to me, this is yet another one of those Santa Anita horses that,
Tactical stalker where you're going to be
yeah,
off the lead. Yeah, and you mentioned I just love the connection. I'm rooting for them. How great would that be for Mike Smith to win and Blatt to win? The connections are just people you have an easy time rooting for. So, um,
yep,
what
yeah,
what
it'd be a very fun story.
what concerns you about?
Distance. I'm not. Um, I'm not certain that he'll be able to sustain it. Um, he's going to go another eighth. Um, and by my numbers and some of the things that I'm always um, looking at, he's a mediocre horse on those final 5 furlong, 3 furlong, last furlong times.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
I don't think if this is uh, anywhere near a quicker pace, he'll be able to make it. But by my numbers and by my opinion, I think the strongest horses like to come from off the pace this year. So to me, this horse is competing against the likes of Potente. I like him much better than Potente going in this race. I like him every bit as much as Further Ado, but I think you're going to get a much better value with So Happy.
Yeah,
I think you could probably get twice the dollar value with So Happy. At least that's what it's looking like so far. Um, and by my numbers, they're pretty much identical.
yeah,
Um, and I think the other type of horses that he are going to be challenging him for the lead, um, I think he can handle.
yeah, yeah.
So
He's handled some tough competition. There's some good horses in the San Anita Derby. You want to show that
yes,
that stretch run?
I do, because he did a really, and again, I don't think this is a horse that's going to get duped. And of course, it's Mike Smith. He's not going to get duped unless something goes awry. I don't see this horse as needing to be on the lead. This is a horse that um, is going to sit in the hip pocket of whoever's going for the lead and make the move on the turn and barrel down the stretch and challenge people to come after him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
yeah.
I
I
forget to do the
agree. You're gonna get some good odds. I think you're going to get a good price on a horse that has a legitimate shot at winning the race. So hey, let's watch this.
It's fine by me.
Yep.
That's why you love playing the horse racing
Yep.
game. You're going against other people and not Vegas.
So he was
So it'll
seven to
be
one
interesting
in the
to see
Santa
how it
Anita
goes.
Derby.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and again, he did not look great at his first time around two turns. Yeah, he's number 5 horse.
They're heading toward the far turn.
The
And
two horses,
Robusta
Potente
continues
on the
to
rail,
put the
who
pressure on
won
Potente.
the
Potente
Lewis,
at the rail,
and
Robusta
Robusta finished
right up
second in that race.
alongside.
And there
so
he
happy,
goes,
2 lengths back in third, and Trepido tries to make his move.
making his move.
Behind them, start the ride under
And
pressure.
Trepido's
3
there on
lengths
his
back,
outside,
Man and
but
Cherokee Nation,
boy,
they're
he hits a
quarter of
real
mile
nice
from home.
stride here,
Potente
coming out
Going
of the
wide,
turn.
huh?
Here's so happy with
What's
a
that?
3 wide
He goes
move,
wide,
and
huh?
now it's so happy, and
Yeah, he's
Potente
about
will
3
go on
wide,
at the top
but
of the stretch.
gets right in there
Robusta
with
is back to third,
Potente,
then
and
Intrepido.
they
They're
kind
in
of
the
duke it out
final
for a little
furlong.
bit.
So
But
happy on the
when
outside,
Mike
and Mike Smith, Potente and Juan
asks
Hernandez
him
are
here,
nose
he
and nose,
takes
and
off,
so
and
happy
Potente
puts
just
him
kind of
away
runs out of
late.
gas.
It's so happy
But his stride
pulling
looks
away
good.
to win the
His
It's
Santa
gallop out
pulling
Anita
looks
away.
Derby
solid.
by almost 3 lengths
Yeah.
over Potente.
Um,
A long way back, Vitruvian Man was third, and Intrepido
to me, there's
finished
nothing
fourth.
to not like about this.
It is.
I think this horse is going to be there. You're going to have
He's
to chase him down.
he's certainly getting better. I mean, that effort at the Santa Anita, that was a big step up, big step forward. And
Yeah,
so
he didn't. Once he put Potente away, there's nobody coming to get him.
yeah. Yep, yep. All right. Well, hey, it's a horse that we're gonna have on our tickets, some way, shape, or form. I might, with the depending on the odds, I may give him a win. May go
Mhm.
across the board on him. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
and we'll see what happens. You never know. But the odds right now, we're a week away. They a day away from post position draw. But yeah, if this horse is going off at anywhere near 15, 20 to 1, it's
Why
worth a
not?
look.
Why not?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
all right. Well, hey, so happy that Glatt has a horse in there, and I'm so happy that Mike Smith gets to ride again in the Derby. So let's go.
So happy.
Hey, we
All
can
right, go
say
Mike,
we're dads. We can say dad stuff like that.
for sure.
All right.
Dad jokes. Bad dad jokes. All
All right.
right.
And we'll talk
Till next time.
soon.